Hello, and welcome to STEAM for Tweens Tissue Paper Painting. Everything you need to work along today is provided in your bag, except water. You will need about a cup, and things could get messy, so please remember to cover your work surface. And now, with today's STEAM, here's Miss Jen.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to STEAM for Tweens. I'm Miss Jennifer here at the Warrenton Library. Today's program is all about the A in STEAM, which is, of course, art. We will be doing tissue paper painting, which is a fun technique to paint without using any paint at all. It makes a beautiful effect that you can embellish in many ways and make many projects with. So let's get started. If you take out your supply bag, you will have everything you need to do this craft. And if you are gathering your supplies from home, you will need something to protect your work surface, like paper towels or newspaper, something to protect your clothing, like an apron or wearing play clothes that you can get messy. And you might even want a glove for one of your hands, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You will need tissue paper that is not acid-free. It needs to be the kind that is not color safe because we want the ink to bleed to make our paint. This tissue paper does stain, so be sure to protect your clothes and work surface. You will need paper. A lot of different kinds will work. Cardstock, construction paper, watercolor paper. The thinner the paper, the more it can warp with the water that we will be using, but you can flatten it out after it's dry. Just place it under something heavy like a stack of books. You will need a cup of water and a brush or a spray bottle filled with water. Either approach will work. You'll need other optional items like a white crayon or a Sharpie, or a pair of scissors or stencils. There's a lot of ways that you can embellish this project, and we'll talk about that more soon. This technique works because the water will transfer the ink from the tissue paper to your page. So here's how we do it. Place your dry squares of tissue paper on dry paper or cardstock and start arranging your pattern. Any type will work. You can be really creative with this, mix different patterns and different colors next to each other. Depending on the colors and design you choose, you can have a completely different effect, just like using different colors of paint. You can place your tissue at random for a tie-dye effect or try a specific color arrangement. You can also change up the effect by tearing your tissue and creating rough edges or cutting your tissue into shapes like hearts or circles or lightning, or here we're going to do that tearing technique. So you lay out your tissue paper, and once you've decided where you want everything to be, you can start adding water. So this is one that I've started working on. We're going to lay out some more colors and finish off our pattern. And then we're going to start adding our water. Now, as I said, you can do this with a paintbrush or with a spray bottle, whatever technique you prefer. So we're going to start painting over our tissue with the water. The tissue paper will stick to the page below with the water, and it will begin to bleed. You can see that happening there with the dark color starting to bleed into the lighter color. So we're going to add our water over every piece. Make sure you get it all the way to the edges because you don't want to leave any blank spots on your project. And if your tissue starts to peel up a little bit, you can just add a little more water and fold it back down again. Now, the more water you add, the more the ink will bleed, but it will also take longer to dry. So this is something that you might want to experiment with and play around and try different techniques and different amounts of water and see how that works. So we're going to set this one to the side and bring out another here. Now you might want to use your glove to peel off the tissue, but I'm going to be brave and I'm just going to do it with my finger. So they might get a little stained, and that's okay. Now, once you've let your tissue dry, it might take about 10 minutes. You're going to start removing the squares, and the longer that you leave it, the more the color will be absorbed, and the color will have transferred from the tissue to your page. So let's give it a try. This one, I tried a color blocking technique. So I have blue and red and orange. Oh, and it looks like I missed a little bit here on the corner. So I might want to go over that one again and try to get a little bit more color added to that corner. And that's the great thing about this project, is you can just put some more tissue down and try again. You can also start layering your colors and seeing what that does. You can try this method on all sorts of projects, like bookmarks or greeting cards, or even on a canvas. You could try it on different colored or patterned paper, like scrapbook paper, but keep in mind that white paper will show the color the best. You can cut your paper into a shape before you paint it, or try scrunching up your tissue and seeing what effect that has before you wet it. Like I mentioned, you can layer different colors of tissue on top of each other to blend the colors together, or you could try taking another sheet of paper and placing it on top of your tissue paper while it's wet, and try and create another card at the same time. This could also be the basis for a great collage or mixed media project. You can draw or stencil over the top with a Sharpie, or use stencils to create positive or negative space on your card. And here's some examples of what that looks like. We have negative space here, the white hearts on the red background, and a positive red heart on a white background. Positive space refers to the subject in an artwork, while negative space is the space around and between those objects. A good example of positive and negative space is Rubens' vase, an optical illusion. The vase is positive space here in the center, and the space surrounding the vase is negative space. Here, the negative space is forming the silhouettes of two faces in profile. You see, there's the nose, there's the mouth, there's the chin. So if you think of a face in profile looking to the side, that's the other part of this optical illusion. So we have positive and negative space. I bet you've seen this optical illusion before, but it's one of my favorites. With that in mind, I have one more optional technique to share with you, which is making a crayon resist design under your tissue with a white crayon. A resist is an art technique that uses layers to define a design in negative space. Using a clear medium like wax or tape, an artist covers portions of a surface with a resist layer to shape invisible designs or patterns. Wax is a good resist material because it resists water. So it creates a waterproof layer on a surface. Since crayons are made of wax, your crayon pattern will resist the water and keep the ink from transferring where you've made your marks. Because you are drawing white on white, it might be hard to see what you're drawing. So if you turn it towards the light a little bit, it might help you catch sight of what you're drawing. When you've put down your tissue and wet it, dried, and removed it, your design will be visible. You can do words or a pattern, and in this case, I've written a message. Your design will be revealed after the tissue has dried and you remove your squares. That is another optional technique that we've given you supplies for, but there are all sorts of fun ways to embellish your design and to use this as fun paper for a note card, or the background for a collage, or draw a fun picture. So I hope you've enjoyed our program today and that you will enjoy trying this technique. There's a lot of ways that you can use it. It's very versatile. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to have you join us for a future STEAM for Tweens. Bye-bye.